we created this podcast also in part to kind of pay homage to the cool people that we know, um, who might not get their shine uh, right away,
That's
and
so
we
sweet of you
already know
guys.
who they are. So we want to help like lift them up. And that's why like for this episode talking about all the cool things that you do, like do you have any artwork lying around that you can show us, any sketches like where it starts, or is it all digital now?
It's all digital now. I don't do anything on paper anymore. It's kind of crazy. There was a point in time where everything was on paper, and now I'm almost exclusively digital. I don't do drafts so much anymore, but I do have. I mean, I got some stuff you guys can look at. I've got my tablet in front of me if you want. Should have maybe sent these to you guys beforehand, but
Oh, it's all good.
um,
There's a way to like screen share too. I don't know how to
I
do it.
let me see if I can. Oh God, you know. Any cords around here, but maybe I could send this to myself.
If not,
Um,
we can always pull stuff off of
yeah.
Instagram.
Oh, that
Yeah,
would
for sure.
yeah, that would totally work too. I honestly, I don't have so much work that I don't have as much original art as I used to, and I kind of feel a little ashamed about it, I guess. I don't have as many big, like wide scale things. I've been doing a lot of commissions, and that always ends up being kind of draining for me. Um, and they always tend to be things that I can't always share. Oh, actually, you know what? What I can
All
do
those
is
pins and stuff, like, I
Mhm.
got a whole little, like, sheet of stickers from you. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I put them up everywhere.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, no, those were
appreciate that.
cool. The,
Thank
like,
you. I appreciate
Halloween
that.
edition and stuff.
Yeah. I try my best. I
How'd you
appreciated that you. Oh, sorry,
how'd
go
you
ahead.
figure out getting into, like, the business and, like, facilitating all that stuff?
Yeah. Um, I think I originally was inspired to do it by TikTok actually. There was like a big
Mm,
movement in 2020 of people who are like, "Hey, you're not working. You can make a lot of money doing stickers or you can make some money making stickers." And there were just a few people that I really enjoyed on TikTok that I followed. I mean, social media is does so much for people these days. I mean, we all learned it when we were younger, but in 2020 and 2022, TikTok and Instagram are really big inspirations as far as entering that world goes. And so I was inspired by certain creators on there. I can't remember them now, but I actually reached out to them and I asked them about how they did it. I looked into the types of paper I should use for Christmas that year. So originally I had my stickers. I sent my stickers out and got them developed, but I actually print them and have them cut here myself. My partner got me a silhouette, which is a cutting machine, um, for Christmas that year, and so I actually produce as much as possible here in my own college apartment.
nice.
Yeah, I didn't notice that pile of clothing was in the corner until we started, and I was like, "Oh shit."
Uh,
Um,
that's
yeah,
okay,
My
we're
whole
all
bed's
human.
covered in clothes, so it's alright.
your guys'
Yeah,
setups look much better than mine. Zach's room looks super cool, dude. I have like the typical like, oh, I'm a broke college student,
I'm
and
sitting
everything's
on
just
my
going on back there.
floor, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's on the floor, so
It looks better than mine. um, but yeah, I from there I did some research into like what kind of paper I should use. I opt to use sticker paper instead of vinyl. I know that vinyl is probably it holds up better, it feels better, it looks better to a lot of people. But I'm actually trying to move away from creating as much waste as possible. I'm trying to move away from just plastics and stuff.
Okay.
So I used to laminate my stickers. I'm actually moving into doing fully paper stickers, and the paper I use is at least I've stress tested it a bit, and it's waterproof, it's tear proof, and um, yeah, honestly, just like a lot of research ultimately. And then once the ball got rolling, um, it was really easy, and I haven't changed my process much in the past year or so. Um, yeah, I started doing candles too, slowly. Happens
What?
really slowly. Yeah, I've got a
That's
Okay.
few of 'em on
dope.
my page. I have, in my apartment, I've got this tiny room. There's this closet on the other side of that wall actually. Not through that door, but on the other side of the wall there's a tiny closet that's probably big enough for like a twin bed. And no one else wanted to use it, so I use it as a little candle room, and I've got a big like wax melting pot, and I've got tons of tins and scents and dyes and all that. I've got mica powder in there. Um that shit's volatile. It's so hard to deal with when it's in the air. Mica powder is like it's practically like I guess it's essentially glitter. It's hard to tell what it is, but you know,
Well,
it
glitter
if
gets everywhere.
it
For
does, and
real.
when you're in like a small space with no ventilation, it's kind of difficult to deal with. I do wear a mask when I'm making stuff, but um, the process takes a little while, and sometimes it's a little painful. Like it's a little overwhelming occasionally, but um, I've been trying my best to explore new things, and I'm actually setting out on like a new venture and trying to move away from the stickers, and uh I still kind of want to do prints and the candles, but um I took a business class last term, and I kind
Mhm.
of developed this new concept that it's coming together slowly, but hoping to set off in a new direction and learn new skills.
You're
That's
super
dope as
capable,
fuck.
so, like,
Thank you.
naturally, you will. For real. If like, you're just being resourceful. You're out of, like, your little apartment still running a business while going to school. That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So,
fun. It's definitely overwhelming sometimes. I've got school and I've got a part-time job too, and then I've got my small business, but I really enjoy it. I enjoy the hustle these days.
yeah.
Yeah.
Staying busy definitely, like, keeps you out of trouble,
Yeah.
and constantly having, like, a new bar and a new goal for yourself, will keep you in line. Because, like, once you have a way to quantify what you're doing, things can become more substantial.
Yeah,
Every
definitely.
little, like, on a microscopic level,
Mhm.
rather than just having everything so nebulous that you're like, oh, well, I'll do it someday. No, you can do it right now.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
like, it starts in little ways. You might not do the whole kit and caboodle, but even if you get like halfway there and you fail, like, you'll get there, or you're more apt to be there or start where you left off just because you're a little bit farther.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love that concept too. I mean, um I don't know if I've ever told you guys what I'm studying these days, but I'm a double major in philosophy, and I'm doing education with the focus in language arts now. It's been a really good time, and I'm in
Damn.
this. Yeah, it's a big 360 from what I used to do, I guess. But I love that concept. I actually just came from a class I have called Death and Dying, um, and we talked about um how much would change if you only had like 3 weeks to live, and how we always put things off. We always say we're gonna do it tomorrow or we're gonna do it eventually. And we never get to it. And when I was younger, I was definitely that way where I was like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna get something done eventually. And um, after a while, I kind of got tired of pushing things off until later. And um, I try my best to do everything I want to now, even if it doesn't always work out, even if I end up failing. I enjoy trying more than just saying I'm gonna try one day.
Mm,
Yeah.
well, bravo. That was well
Thank
said.
you. Thank you. Nowhere
Yeah.
near as eloquent as you. You've always been great with your words, Kemper.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I always do the best that I can.
confuses the
Um,
fuck out of me sometimes, but
I've always thought the way that Kemper speaks is beautiful. I have such a problem with getting my words out, but
I
the
call Zach, and I'm like halfway down a rabbit hole when I call him. So like when he picks up the phone, it's like almost like a baton. Like I'm already running. Like here you go.
I'm
yeah.
hand this off to you. Wait, why aren't you running, Zach?
So Zach always has to like slow me down when I'm trying to explain it.
Yeah. I mean, you have so many great ideas in your head. Like, I mean, who could stop you, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like trying to organize it. I remember walking up to JD,
Hmm.
and it always comes back to this for me. Like because I spent many years around JD.
Yeah.
Um, and I had to come back. So I was around JD for like 4 years or something
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
And when I would first walk up to him, I would always be like, JD, I got this idea, because I thought so highly of him. He was so knowledgeable about everything. Like,
Hmm.
you could ask him about any industry, like music, film, or anything culture, like pictures, anything. He knew it. Um, and he could really break it down for you. So I would be like, JD, I got this idea. And he would be like, where is it? And I was like, it's in my head. And he goes, oh, that's the worst place. And would just walk away from me. And I would be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and I thought it was like a diss for a long time. But eventually, like, he did it one too many times. I was like, JD, why do you keep doing that? And he was like, dude, like, don't you realize if you put it on paper, like it becomes real, like then you
Yeah.
can organize it. When it's in your head, you can't organize it. So like when you're trying to tell me something, like it's not even real yet. And
Yeah.
like I was like, "What?" But what he was really getting across to me is like when that inspiration strikes, if you just act upon it, it's going to like really blow you away.
Yeah, definitely.
What comes out of that. And from there, you just look at the pieces and you go, all right, well, what in here was like the true goal?
Hmm.
And try and like fit this construct in a way that people can even receive it in a way that you can make something out of it for yourself first.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what translates to the people.